Let's see if we're doing a better this time.
Just go to bed, please.
No? Apparently the power of hell is too strong for Discord to be able to send a picture.
Yeah, it's not loading.
Over by the bookshelf.
I will be checking back and forth on it though. Oh.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yikes. Whoa! Whoa! Ah, yikes. Max loves that.
Don't shove his face in it, that will encourages it. You just show him and tell him no. No! Look at this! Okay, look. Look.
I tried sending a different picture, and we've got us a no-go on that too.
Look.
So maybe it's just my phone having a problem.
Are you doing Discord on your
I think
phone?
that's good.
Alright.
Well, I'm doing Discord on both, actually. I was sending you pictures through my phone, but I've got the voice chat going on with my computer.
Ah, I see.
Whoop, whoop.
Maybe it's like doing a double take, like, whoa, what you doing there? You're on two different things. Does not compute. Does not compute.
No, I did not want to.
No, because it sent all those other pictures without any problems.
Come on, dog. So, I'm gonna have to wait until the notes come in because my chair is
Wow. Okay, then sure. Sure, that works. Fine. Don't get killed when I shoot you. Let everyone else come in and take it. Just steal it, why don't you? Whoa. I do not like his weapon. Okay, I'm trying to use like the burst fire rifle, and it is not very good. It doesn't feel very good. Oh.
I jammed my fingernail earlier into the wall, and it hurt like a son of a gun. I was
I
in.
hate when that happens.
It hurt.
Fingers are so like fragile, but they're so important, you know?
Yep.
Like, if I didn't have fingers, how would I play video games? It's why I would rather lose both of my legs than either of my arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's interesting is something else. It's kind of interesting is that your arms are only really attached to your body by your collarbone. There's not a whole lot else connecting your arms to your body.
I mean, there's your muscles and your blood vessels and nervous system and all that, even if it's not a hard connection, it's like a soft connection.
Yeah, I just mean that it's a minor connection.
Not a lot of hardware.
Yeah.
Hardware that'll be a little bit more stout than the software.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
it's only your collar, it's not much holding on. It's like, I haven't really thought about it that way. I'm like, that really isn't that much.
Take one up chain. Open door.
God.
Because there's muscles that connect like your spine to your shoulders and like your arm muscles to your shoulder. But there's not an actual muscle that goes across the back and shoulders.
Huh. Interesting. So it'd be a lot easier to lose your arms and your legs, like are your legs more
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of muscles involved in allowing bipedal motion,
Mm-hmm.
which is like two-legged. It takes a lot. That's part of the evolutionary process. But it took so long.
Chloe, sweetheart. Looks like you
Yeah, I don't know much about that. Oh, Laura, you might get kicked out of this. Someone came in to the deli today, or not today, yesterday, and they were like, hey, this fire extinguisher is in the cooler for some reason. I think it belongs over here. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, we have a fire extinguisher right here. I was like, I didn't know where it was, but it took me a second to find it. after we found it, I was like, oh yeah, here it is. And I looked at the inspection date on it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it hasn't been inspected since like 2 months ago. And he's like, oh yeah, that's old. This one's newer. Let's switch that out. So we switched out the fire extinguisher. So yeah, everything's safe.
But was it a Class K?
What?
Because if you got an A, B, or C fire extinguisher, they're not going to work.
It was a red fire extinguisher.
They're all red, sweetie.
Yep.
You have to read the label.
Well, I got get a kick back.
I did get a kick out of it.
Jake. Welcome back.
I got too much of a kick out of it. I was never in the deli, but I paid attention to fucking train modules, even if they were designed to make you mentally check out. I would fight it the entire time. No, I will learn all of the stuff.
Hey!
I will.
Enough.
He barking because Mama's outside.
Golden Creek.
That's why he going cray cray.
Dog go bark bark.
He go boof boof.
That's not a boof. Boofs are a great deal deeper and throatier.
Jake.
The yip yip half of him is showing. Is all
I know.
I'm saying.
Definitely. He goes back and forth. He doesn't always bark like that. It's interesting. His bark gets really deep when he thinks there's something outside. He gets high pitched like that when he's wanting or needing something. And in this case, Mama went outside.
He wanted Mama.
He went Mama.
See.
Mama.
Sorry, Mama. Never meant to hurt you. Never meant to make you cry. But tonight, I'm cleaning out my closet. Said, sorry, Mama. Never meant to hurt you.
I'm happy about the fact that Princess was eating out of my hand.
I don't know if anyone gets that reference.
Yeah, we've made a lot of progress this year.
I wonder when I can take the band-aid off.
How long has it been on?
24 hours already?
Yeah, you could take it out after. No.
Oh. Well. It's just so strange. It sticks out. It's fucking with me. It's not percent, okay?
Okay.
Oh my god. It left a shape. I'm gonna take a piss. If my phone will cooperate. Yes.
They only made light.
Okay.
I don't know.
Meow.
The camera doesn't look like it's in focus.
Don't you hate that?
Yep, it definitely was not really very much in focus. Okay, how do I back up?
Okay.
Oh. Okay. No. No. Oh, there we go. Maybe that. Okay.
You send a picture?
No. I have to clean it up a little bit so you can even see it, but give me a second!
Sniper v. Sniper.
Oof. Yeah, this his max level sniper is just like setting traps and camping in the corner and sniping everybody, and he keeps taunting me every time I run into one of those traps. So I kind of hate him, but I also really deeply respect him.
Mm-hmm.
So really need to punch his face in, but everyone else is getting in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you see that my skin is lifted where it wasn't covered in donut?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it.
The opposite of a depression.
Depression?
I'm not sure.
I feel like the opposite of depression would be in.
I said the fighter is level 60. The paladin.
Well, I guess you could say that the
I
outside
don't-
ring is a depression because it does go down and then back up. That's weird.
I think I might play the fighter.
Yeah, but
Yes.
depression in the ground, it'd be a hill or a elevation.
Elevated. Yes, elevated. That sounds legit. It elevated the flesh.
The flesh.
From the hole inside of the donut is elevated. Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Alright, you guys about ready?
I think so.
I feel like you should be one.
Alright, last time we played, you guys met you spent the entire time in a village with some rather interesting creatures.
Peaceful ones though.
Pacifist.
Yes, pacifist.
Just like none.
Yes. They were horrified that
Alright.
I would want to teach them self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turned into a fox.
Yeah, and that's scared.
They did not like that.
I hear D20 modern, you can turn into a 20th century fox.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just fired all my joke writers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, they're not that bad.
I mean, it was at least something, you know.
It was.
There was effort shown. I can appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well done, well done.
You guys spent the evening in this village. It's the next day, they served you breakfast. What were you guys going to do?
Let's pick up around.
Mm.
Well, I'm ready to go on some adventuring.
Oh, gotta head towards the great big hole that may lead us to the surface.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I guess packing our
That's what
stuff
we
up.
bought 400 feet of rope for.
Yes.
I don't want to stay at these fox haters anymore. They don't appreciate my fur,
Your foxiness.
foxiness,
Your foxicity
I just said.
Yes,
of your city.
my foxicity, whatever that means.
We'll find out.
Wow, he's so young, I just made a SOAD reference. You didn't get it.
What's SOAD?
Yep.
It may not be.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Just writing to
Surgery would be just a shame.
It's not
Just-
very
Mm.
I have
Well, I would love to disappoint you.
System of a Down.
fuck this.
Oh,
SOAD.
System of a Down? Oh, I know System of a Down. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. It's so fun. So fun.
See, it's all good. I got it.
You got
Do you
it.
have to record your turns? Or do you want to fight it again?
Okay, so you guys are going to travel towards this great hole. I will need a wisdom or survival to make sure you guys are in the right direction.
Wait, don't we have our scout to help us out?
When you have a second, could you turn that down? Thank you.
I point straight down the ground. We need to go this way.
Seems legit, guys.
If we dig deeper, we'll eventually come out on the other side and where we need to be. On the surface.
No.
I question.
We don't want to meet brain suckers of unimaginable horror.
I have some quests I need to pick up anyways.
I feel like we should head in the proper direction, whatever that is, if I'm right. But can we get the scout one come along with us? He can show us the best way out. I mean, Wes was able to talk to him, I think.
Yes. Yeah, the guy who knows Undercover.
Exactly. Should ask him for some points.
So you guys want to try to convince the guide to go with you guys?
Yes.
To show us, the way.
How are you going to do that?
I'm not.
Bribe him with honey.
Ask him nicely. I mean, if we really want me to try and use, my fox.
Your foxitude.
His foxicity. Okay,
I feel like I know that from somewhere.
I don't know if it's from a thing. I created it out of toxicity.
Yes.
You just replace one letter, and it's a word. Toxicity, foxicity. The toxicity of my goddamn. Now I'm gonna have to listen to some fucking system.
Well, except, it's not toxicity, it's foxes. That's a good thing, not a bad thing,
So, how is the toxicity?
So, if Question isn't going to speak to him, how are you guys going to talk to him and convince him to go?
Oh, that's. Forget I'm the only one that speaks Undercommon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
Help us, your only hope.
Oh.
I think I did dips.
Up my charisma, or do something like that, or get. I need an old bard and a young bard.
Too close attention.
I'm gonna try a charisma check.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh. Nope, that's a 2.
Yeah, he's not too inclined to leave us up.
Okay, hang on.
Plan.
Leave this to me. Let me,
You can't speak his language.
No, but I can, beg, and I can, phantomine helplessness, and, I can fall down on my knees and be like, please give him the please eyes, and give him the big please eyes.
The puppy dog eyes.
Alright. Exactly, the fox, the little kitsune eyes. Let's see, which one would I be needing for that?
That'd be a charisma check.
Yes, naturally. I am the charisma.
No?
master.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
You're not very good.
God.
Why is it not loading?
Why?
Why? The feed not
I
loading?
got 6.
I got 6. Ooh.
Hey, so what are you guys doing?
No right
Trying to
direction.
convince this guy to help us.
Let me try.
You can't speak his language. Just
Oh, good lord.
Just gotta progressively first.
Y'all are doing fantastic.
I'll give it a shot.
Done. They're gonna start raging war.
Oh my god.
I'll give it a shot.
They want us to leave now. They're like, these people need to go. We've been hospitable. They are overstaying their welcome. Like, go away. They're kind of gross. Like, make them leave.
Mary, how are you trying to communicate with them?
The same, trying to pantomime,
I should just follow you.
holding out some honey.
Yeah, why am I off my... Oh,
Bribery.
that's because I'm
Yep.
just...
Yep.
Hang on. I just got left behind. It's because I kept accent.
He successfully understands what you're trying to pantomime to him. He looks at questions. So he's like, you are persistent. You desperate. Me help.
Aw.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god, by being on the rolls, he took pity on us and was able to.
I would call that success.
Yeah.
No, I have dungeon.
2, 6,
Oh,
5.
Foxy Sean.
Religion is Laurel.
See what it was Crush, Kylar, and Snowfall was just the right amount of patheticness that when Sienna tried, it was just enough to push him over the edge.
Nice.
Oh no.
Ah, good
Yeah.
song. Good
It's
song.
like, we leave at noon.
At noon.
I don't even know what noon is.
Are you sure you're ready for this one?
Well, they know what half day is. They have a half day.
I don't think you have this one.
But when is their half day? Like, their time must be, like, off from our own schedule, because, like, they live under the ground, so it's not like...
It's known that the day cycle underground, even for humans, is actually 48 hours.
Hence my
They,
confusion.
Creatures that live underground have an innate sense of time. They kind of have to. They have no markers.
So,
They work when they have energy, they sleep when they don't, they eat when they're hungry, blah, blah.
yeah. And then
And they follow to a natural rhythm.
Yup.
Well, onward, Scout, lead, show us the way.
We should gesture our thanks for his agreement to be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I shall...
In Crush's case, he can say thank you.
Yes.
Hey, girl.
I don't think so either.
Donkey
I
Ting.
say,
I don't think so either.
He nods a,
Merci.
he nods a welcome to Crush. Those who can't speak Undercommon, I would like you guys to give me a charisma check for your pantomiming. Thank you.
Oh, good lord.
Okay, I plan to only bow in gratitude.
Yeah, me too. I don't think you can mess that up.
Have you not?
Oh, gee.
Oh.
Oh,
And
dear.
Chase falls on his face with tries.
Yep.
Oh,
Somehow,
that's the word.
Tyler, somehow when you some way when you bow, you do something, twist your hand, or and just lean a little too far forward. That is kind of almost considered an insult. But he looks at Crush and goes, "Me will forgive you, new."
Okay.
New?
This guy's understanding foreigners, so that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Tree, what?
He goes, "Me go get supplies. Me meet you in."
Alright, let's go do it.
He points to this pillar that's towards one in the town, and as you guys look at it, you notice that right now it's right. It's a solid white pillar.
Really?
Me meet you when pillar turns half black.
Uh-huh. This is how they tell time. It's like a time-keeping candle, except for permanent. Well,
Interesting.
candle.
Interesting. They set the candle the same time every day, I guess.
the pillar is a solid thing that just does it. So it's probably some long-lasting magical spell, which we could answer that readily enough if I just, detect magic on it. But it's like how they did before clocks existed, was time-keeping candles. It just, in their case, it's a pillar that changes colors based off of the hours of the day.
Nice.
So it's fully white whenever the sun comes up, and then it's fully black whenever it's nighttime, like midnight, like the middle of the night. It'd be fully black. But the color transition occurs as the day is passing in a vertical fashion. Are you understanding?
I spaced out there for a minute, so.
Okay. It doesn't matter if Chase understands because his character wouldn't anyway. It's fine.
Alright, it's time for another great day of adventures for Kylar Renzar from Express. Everything's silent now. I forgot. Okay,
I feel like Kylar would be very Gunther, and we are the Sunshine Girls. Ooh,
I feel like the game has been find a reference that I wouldn't get. I feel like that's the game right now.
That wasn't intentional. It's legitimately obscure, and lots of people don't know about it.
Alright. So, it seems like several hours pass by, and the guy comes back up to you when the pillar is half black. Me ready. You ready?
We ready.
He walks off towards the direction of the pillar and stops at a building, grabs what looks like a pack animal of some type. It's a lizard about the size of a donkey.
Ooh, I cannot keep it. It looks cute.
And it has a bunch of packs on it.
Awesome. It's a lot of surprise.
And he goes, me go this way, you follow.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
He walks, which assumes in the direction, the westerly direction. The lands out beyond the village is very teeming with flora. There's a bunch of underground fungus, flowers, trees of some type.
Does anything look useful from what I learned?
Roll a survival.
Not too shabby.
I think I completed it. There's some quests I haven't done in some areas.
Excuse me.
Because it also happens that I have profession herbalist.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's handy.
well, aren't you just fancy?
I haven't really been using it. I definitely used the knowledge engineering far more than I used this, but
Yes,
I do have it.
as you're traveling, you see what looks like a type. It's an herb that they were using. They explained to you that this has some medicinal value. They use it for one is what they brew their tea out of. That they gave Kylar.
Ah. Hey.
Or ingredients. It helps with pain.
Interesting.
Okay. Found an underground herb that helped with pain. Like, how many pounds or whatever do you figure I was able to find?
Found about half a pound.
About half a pound?
And when you pick it, it smells like licorice.
I love licorice.
Nice. Cool.
Right. You guys keep traveling. After it's hard for you guys to get a feel for the time. You are beginning to get a slow feel. It seems like after about a couple of hours, the guide suddenly stops. He looks at Quest and goes, "We must hide."
Why? What's going on?
He points down on the ground, and you see these footprints. They're booted footprints. If you want to try to identify it, you can give me a survival. But you can definitely tell they're different than what he's wearing.
Alright. 19.
Crusher noticed them as they are definitely elven made. He's seen these type of boot prints before.
No, stop it. Stop it. Don't you jinx us.
They are very familiar to Drow, which his some of his clan are close allies with.
Yes. Uneasy allies at best.
There we go. Here comes the soul. The souls.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Okay.
So, are we hiding, or are you going to lead us into battle, sir?
Well, let's hide, and if needs be, we can fight. But it'd probably be better to
Avoid it.
avoid it if possible, but enjoy it if we do have to fight.
Now, as a wise man once said, there are alternatives to fighting.
Fighting and more fighting?
Well, a stealth archer build, which you hide, then you fight.
Yeah.
So, real fast, not to derail too much, but so the group I played with on Thursdays and Sundays, they were complaining about how they were the store on one of the players was on hold the other day and had listened to smooth jazz. I now want to roll up a chaotic evil bard.
So you're going to deliberately play smooth jazz like all the time?
Yes.
Okay. That wouldn't bother me. I grew up on jazz.
Of your characters so far, Mittens is still my favorite.
I don't get it. I can always do it later.
Mittens was actually the original Mittens was a dual concept between me and Wes.
Yes.
Mittens is his Squire Larry.
Nice.
Kobold Squire.
You fell.
Nice.
Yeah. I still need to stand him out because I created him in 3rd edition, I think, or Pathfinder, one of the two. There is a Squire Prestige class in Pit Champion, I think. So probably use that.
I've been playing Mittens in a 5th edition Descent to Avernus game.
Yeah.
He's a paladin, Oath of the Crown. So that's the one with the challenge ability.
Yeah.
It's been fun. He's got intelligence. He's got intelligence of 6 in the game, but I've already cleared it. I cleared it in the DM. I've been running him with an intelligence of 4.
Oh, okay.
Miz likes candy and smiting.
That's some good taffy. Smart.
But is it the good taffy or not? Because I didn't hear the word saltwater.
True.
That's true.
Well, they are on their way to hell, so I seriously doubt there's saltwater taffy.
It's
Oh,
it's really hard now and later.
oh no. That's the worst. That was an excellent offer of what candy on the way to hell would be like.
So, my DM the DM of that game has embraced Mittens, so Mittens has a bond of cotton candy making.
Oh no. At least it wasn't bubblegum because,
Well,
you know.
they also met a dragon in where they're at right now, who also loves candy. So him and Mittens have been working together to steal candy from the devils and demons.
I see. Because they got the good shit?
Yeah.
Mm.
That Mittens is a Minotaur intelligence board. Like, he really notices the difference between good candy and bad candy. It's candy.
Mm.
Candy is candy.
So he's just a good old-fashioned sugar addict. Got it.
Yes.
He'll get his drug of choice any way he can get it.
He also has a nice collection of demon and devil skulls that he carries around with him.
Okay, so basically he looks like the old lady from Labyrinth that was carrying everything that she owned on her back except for all of his skulls.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so, the guide leads you guys off the path you're following into the forest of underground trees. He leads you about maybe a football field's length away, and there's what looks like it's a giant tree. But these trees aren't wood trees like you would see above ground. They're more like a vine, mossy fungus type tree. And then the trunk is hollowed that he leads you guys into.
Okay.
Oh, a hollow tree.
We hide here. We hide from
I mean, how big is it?
lovers of the dark. It's like a giant, almost the size of a giant redwood.
We can all fit in?
I'm not afraid
Yeah.
of anything, but I'm working with
Have you not,
Redwood.
have you not seen a redwood tree, Chase?
No?
I'm just gonna...
Oh,
They're so big that they cut the middle out and cars can drive through them.
so
Yeah.
they make a tunnel through them, and the tunnel looks fucking small compared to the tree, but the tunnel is big enough for cars.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like it, I can catch it. Plus I have the
Cool. I didn't realize that trees. I mean, I guess I could figure that a tree could grow that big, but you don't really think about it.
It's really a rare species of tree. It only exists in California, nowhere else on Earth.
No, they're highly down in South America also.
Are they? I hadn't
Yeah.
heard of them being in South America. Well, that's probably just the American public school system being very American-centric.
Mm.
Fuck. The older I get, the more I learn how much they failed me.
I guess every government probably teaches like news that's like favored towards itself, or teaches history that's like more about its own country than other countries. Like,
Yeah,
everyone's
but you wouldn't
probably-
expect it from the science teachers, you know?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be a little more... I don't know.
I had a class in
Makes me
England. I can't remember what the abbreviation was for, but it was PSHE, I think. And they covered everything. Like, they talked about different religions, they talked about Darwinism, they talked about physical health in general. They went through a whole thing on drugs. Like, what drugs are, what they look like. I mean,
what they do.
yeah.
Sounds really interesting, actually. That sounds. Wait, like, where was that school?
Over in England.
England?
Mhm.
Like the country?
Yes.
Yes, she lived in England some whenever she was young. And then again, her parents moved back to England for a while, and she got to go visit and see some old friends as an adult.
Oh,
Sorry, Laurel, I was wrong. It's not South America, it's Southeast China. That the
Southeast China. Okay.
forest is, yeah.
So that must have been before Pangea had finished splitting in that part. Because that makes me assume, therefore, that China was in direct contact with California before the continental drift.
Jace, I just sent you posted a picture in Discord of a base of a giant redwood.
yeah, we could definitely hide in that. Alright. We're in the middle of a redwood that's somehow growing underground.
Yeah. It's not quite a tree, though. It's something that's like a redwood tree, except for what it is not a tree. It's some kind of mushroomy thing.
Oh, okay. But it invokes that electricity.
Yes.
Okay. See the picture now.
So, as he said, when you guys get in here, he goes, we must hide from the lovers of the dark.
Oh, there's a heart. Who are those?
Oh, hi, I shall.
What does Sienna look like right now?
Sometimes I overclick.
Still like normal.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that description is.
5'2", green hair, blue eyes.
So he describes basically he goes, the lovers of the dark are like you like. Points close to Sienna because she's probably the closest one that resembles them. He holds his hands about 5'7", about 5 foot in the air.
I need to see something.
That they this tall, they skin black as dark,
I don't see
pointy ears.
something where I need to
They love vileness. They do.
What I need is like documents from the cultists,
Dude. Attack things.
not orders. Documents. Dungeon.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm down with the hiding.
Hiding is good. I'm for chilling in this really big tree.
Mushroom tree.
Yes.
And he said, "We wait
What about
one interval, then we leave."
Okay.
But you have a hard time doing that?
I'm a interval is hour.
Yes. So after about an hour, he
No, I mean a hard time.
well during this hour he makes you guys a short lunch.
Oh, nice.
It's a hard unleavened it's an unleavened bread with some type of meat and cheese.
Nice.
After you guys eat, he goes, "We travel now."
Alright.
He leads you guys back to the path. And you guys continue on. He's taking about a slow pace, and just reminder, he did tell you guys it's about a 5-day travel from the village.
So we're going to be underground for 5 more days then, at least.
Yeah. But we're heading in somewhat the right direction to continue our quest.
Yep.
But it's 5 more days at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. 5 more days. Not too bad, I guess. I mean, could be worse. I only just missed the sun. There. Just want to be back on the surface, man. So sick of being down underground for all this long.
Okay, you guys travel a couple more hours, and the forest slowly fades away into an open, rocky plain. As you guys are traveling, you notice that there's beginning to be a wind.
How many are showing up on your screen?
What direction is the
I
wind
see
coming
4
from?
right now. I see 4 right now. I'm leaving him. Because I think I already did that twice.
Give me a wisdom or survival. See if you can figure that out.
16.
Oh, okay. You're not logged in.
One more.
I'm not? Oh, okay. For some reason, it's not letting me connect to my hotspot on my phone.
Oh. I'm like, roll 20.
What?
No, my
That's awesome.
laptop is not connecting to my hotspot. It says can't connect to this network. Let me see if I can turn the hotspot back on.
Okay. But 60 is enough to tell you that it's coming from what you would know as the south.
The wind's coming from the south somehow? How's a wind going on underground?
It's actually perfectly possible because of what wind is. Any large space can have wind. And this is a very large space we're dealing with.
All wind is the heating and cooling of the air.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Hello, Peanut.
Huh.
She
Fuzzy
come to
butt.
join you?
Cool, I didn't realize that.
Alright. Hey, LD, can you do that description again? I kind of missed that when I was trying to connect to the internet.
It's coming from the south. I was just explaining to Jace what wind actually is.
Alright.
How it's created, it's the heating and cooling of the air particles.
And the sinking and rising that they inevitably do as they get hotter and colder,
Yep.
creating a frictious effect in the air.
So basically, like, air bending, you would do with, like, heat. You could do it with, like, heat and cold. You know, you create, like, cold or hot air, and you just change the heat or the temperature, and it creates a wind
If you get off your
current.
Yes.
Uh,
Airbending would be controlling the heat and cooling of the air around you.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So, that's cool. That's pretty cool. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Um,
Huh.
at this point, he turns basically north with the wind at you guys' back.
Which is also a direction that we need to travel. Beautiful. I'm happy so far.
You guys travel for another hour, and the wind begins to get louder in a howling manner.
Really low.
Are we getting up towards gale force or hurricane force?
Not quite there yet. It's just a strong wind.
Okay.
I clicked it
You
before.
lost it?
Yeah, we lost John.
Wait a second.
I did
I-
before the combat.
Bless you.
Lose John.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Once I get set back up again.
It's okay. I trust you all to make good dice rolls and tell me.
Yeah. Well, I had to reboot my computer again, so it's not a good night for technology for me.
We've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have.
Let's see if I can get this hotspot working again.
Yeah, that's what we do at home. Also, West on Tuesday night, me and Mary both get each on our own hotspot. Or at least I do.
I usually do.
Oh, God.
See, our phones have 5G. It's a lot faster than our actual house internet.
Oh, that's funny. You got like unlimited data?
Yes.
Unless I'm at work, my phones are outside the house where I know I have poor service. My phone's not connected to Wi-Fi anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see.
See, well, I'm lucky. The only internet we have available on our side of town is CenturyLink.
I'm just simply following you because I don't have.
I'm getting the MediaCom soon. They're the fastest I could find.
Yeah, we can only get. Yep. We only get CenturyLink, and it's at best 10 megabytes.
Yeah.
I had fiber when I lived in Mexico. I want fiber again.
I just got to qualify in my region for fiber and got my in-laws to get on it.
Sweet.
This is what you're looking for.
I know where we need to buy a house at.
Over on this side of town?
The fiber optic line they're putting in right now, they're doing it right now. It stops a quarter mile from my house and
No.
turns and goes down a gravel road. So. Wait, he wants fiber optic. Turn right.
But if you're telling me which gravel road is it the one north of you or south of you?
South.
Oh, come back, John.
Yeah, my internet cut out really badly.
Oh wow. I don't feel so bad now. I'm not the only one with internet problems.
Do you guys have the same provider?
No, I'm with Airlink.
I have my Spectrum.
Yeah.
That's odd. Spectrum's actually pretty reliable. Or at least when I had them, they were.
Some days are worse than others.
Huh. Like I said, you guys travel north for a couple of hours, and the wind begins to pick up and begins to howl. He comes up to Crush really close and like, we must stop.
Yeah. This
We-
is odd. Go ahead.
We must set up a tent.
A tent.
Yes.
Is he staying the night with us? Is he camping out with us?
He's guiding us for 5 days. Of course he's staying.
Wait, for 5 days? Okay, I need to show this guy some serious gratitude. Because, like, I was just hoping him to point us in the right direction at least. I expected him to go on, like, a hike with us.
You guys were that pathetic.
Dang. Sweet. I guess. Maybe being pathetic can be a strength.
That's a trap.
Maybe. I don't know. Am I getting the wrong moral out of this episode?
That's the moral that your character has been teaching us this whole time.
Yep.
Aw, that's...
Thanks and build.
It's adorable.
He
Okay.
turns slightly to the right, and you guys travel about another half hour before he comes into what looks like a little
Apparently, when
bowl
like,
in the ground that
more than one person.
he points to and says, "We can't."
Time.
We guys get into the little bowl. You notice that the wind doesn't hit you as
Good.
much as it did when you were walking across the landscape.
Well, I hope we can find some even ground and some soft ground to rest our heads upon. I only sleep on like hard rocks and stuff.
Well, then you're gonna have to talk to the cat because he's the only one that has a tent that's not like that. His tent is it's a dangle tent. It dangles,
Oh,
so you float in the air.
oh, that's cool. I need to get myself a tent like that.
You're welcome, John. Everybody's jelly of yours. I found that for him.
He pulls a roll of canvas off of the back of his pack lizard and begins to set up a tent. He looks at Crush and looks at Laurel's character and looks back at Crush. She gather food.
Okay.
He remembers that you helped the other gatherer, so he's basically asking Crush if he could translate that for your character to go out and gather some food.
Found a backpack.
Do that.
I just found a backpack.
You go out, and we climb out of the bowl. The wind is louder than it was when you first got there. It's not.
But I'm heavy enough not to get blown
Yeah.
away. Woo!
You look around and you find some of the berries and fruit quotation marks that the
That's a trap.
villagers showed you when you were out gathering them. You find a nut that it could possibly make a rather small meal, but still a meal nonetheless for all of you.
Cuckoo.
I guess I'll bring that back to camp and hand that over. We could always supplement from the stores if it's a small meal.
Could also go out search for stuff, see what else we can find. I mean, I don't know what I'd find, but I could at least try a survival check.
Whenever you enter,
You can try.
Let me, put that up.
and stuff.
There we go. I bet it's on.
Well, if you were above ground, Tyler, you would have a pretty decent check. But unfortunately, you're underground and you're not very familiar with the terrain. You don't find much
Injury kits, but it doesn't let me.
that you can eat, but you do find what looks like some animal prints
I'm past level 30.
in the dirt.
Animal.
Yeah, it's a. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just to see if I can identify it, but I think you're about to describe it.
It's a paw print, and it has
And I don't have injury
8.
kits.
You think claws or toes coming off of it?
I have
8 toes.
Yes.
Nice.
How big is the paw print?
it says
Right, because that's our first clue.
About the size, a little bit bigger than an old PS2.
Yeah, no. 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 Jace. No. Is big. Very big.
Is the internet cutting out?
No, not hear me?
I heard you. Jace, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I heard you.
Okay.
Okay. Say it again.
It's a very large paw print, as well as having extra digits.
I think
The paw print is the size of a PS2.
Fat PS2.
We'll just find out.
Wes knows what I'm talking about.
It just may mean I get hurt faster.
That was the one that was boxy before they made the one with the dome top.
I have health potions
Yes.
and stuff.
I know what you're talking about, too.
Also, my companions, if you
Okay.
I'll
Hang
be-
on. I'm cut. Oops, I cut out the wrong app. Hang on a second.
Alright, we still have Mary,
Yep.
John. Yep. Wes.
Can you hear us better, Jace? Jace.
Hello. Hi, Theon.
Jace.
Alright, I'm back. I think I fixed it.
Okay.
Ow, ow, ow. Claws.
It's like my force threat combined
We
with-
seem to have lost Wes, though.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, now.
Woo!
Alright. Yeah, I'm having major issues. My laptop won't connect to my hotspot anymore. I tried rebooting it, so I can't get to roll 20.
Thank you, Arnie.
You're welcome.
Well, are one of us able to control your piece or something?
Yeah, might have to. Yeah.
That's fine. I should have it set up where everybody can control everybody's characters for this type of situation.
Yes.
Wait, where are we supposed to
Oh, cool. Sweet. Oh yeah, we just gotta click on the character sheets. Let me see.
It's a good thing that they were thinking in their mind.
This isn't one of my tasks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ah, sweet. Well, Wes crafted something great, so whatever. Does that count for something?
It does. Crush, while Kyler's gone scouting, you decided you wanted to craft a harness.
A harness.
Yeah, like they have on dogs.
Uh huh.
But this was crafted as a mastercraft one. There's no way any type of dog's getting out of this. Or fox.
Oh,
Okay. Hang on, wait.
Oh, dear.
Wait, of course, I remember last time I escaped Laurel's rope the lasso by changing into my fox sword, which scared the locals. Thus, naturally, in order to defeat me in the possible event that I turn on the team, he must create this ultimate weapon. I see. Truly, I'm so powerful, and my friends trust me so much. But of course, they must have these, Batman has a kryptonite ring, so it's understandable.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. But also, what the fuck, man?
Whatever makes you sleep at night. But that's what Kyler finds in his 4G attempts.
Okay.
I almost have my.
I was joking about the artist, by the way.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Well, he to test if so he could control your character sheet, he rolled a craft check and got a nat 20.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. So I asked if that came up
Oh,
as
yeah, okay.
thing.
11,970.
Okay.
So my
In this case, then, I found a paw print, and there's 8 fingers on it, and it's as big as, how big was it?
A Fat Boy PS2. So it's roughly. I wear size 13 shoes. It'd be about the size of 2.5 of my feet.
Wow.
God?
Yes?
Are you there? I didn't... Are you there?
He's really having issues with the poor thing. Jace, the paw print
Yeah.
is fucking huge. Do not
Okay.
engage.
The size 13 shoe sounds pretty big, also. Wow, okay.
And that was 2 times bigger. Well, a little bit more than 2 times bigger than a size 13 shoe.
Oof. Yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds spooky. That sounds like it could squish my head. My tiny little fox brains be all splattered on the concrete. Yikes.
Yeah.
Scary.
Do not engage. Flee. Flee, you fools.
Fly, you fools.
While Kylar's gone, the guy pulls out.
Shit, I just realized my character is a fucking furry. Oh god. Oh god. What is that? Why? I just realized this.
We've got 2 furries in our group and a half furry.
Wait. Technically, the centaur and Snowfall are not furries because they're naturally in that form. Kylar changes into an animal, so therefore he is a furry.
Oh. I see where you're going with this, sir.
No. Oh man, my entire character. I'm a fan service character, oh my god.
So,
I'm a free fan service character. I'm having
I know a real life furry.
Yes. I mean,
He's gay and a furry. He's got like the
that's
niche very narrow.
Okay, the best fighting game player in the world is a bisexual furry who goes to tournaments in their fursuit and wins, like against the best players in the world.
Oh.
And I got injured.
Yeah.
okay. So,
Yeah, that's the thing.
while Kylar is gone, the guy pulls out what looks like some tinder and starts a fire. He pulls out a pot and pours some water from a martyr skin into the pot and asks Laurel's, or Justice for Laurel's character, to put the berries and the fruit in it.
Okay.
While that's cooking, he pulls out, unwraps this slab of meat. It doesn't look like beef or pork. What he does with it, he pulls out this shiny piece of paper-like stuff and wraps the meat up in it and sets it in the fire.
Tinfoil?
Yep.
Okay. You know, he could have also done that with mud, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But they have plentiful tinfoil in the underground realms.
So it would seem, even though they had no other metal anythings in their village. It's cool. This is the clearly better, more effective use of metal for the lifestyle they lead. Cooking.
Yep.
100%. It's required for survival. Damn it.
And put it in the dark, and they don't got no bark because there's really no trees. So, tinfoil, right?
Yep,
Oh, man.
tinfoil. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What is everybody doing while he's cooking?
Are you trapped?
I'm gonna yodel.
I will be watching. In my capacity as tank healer,
Danger.
I will be keeping watch, because my primary function is to keep y'all alive.
Alright. Sounds good. Feels safe.
Kylar, you're able to find your way back to the camp because you can smell the food cooking.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's doing the cartoon drift through the air, following the little
Yes.
flavor of smell. Mhm.
So Laurel's watching, but Snow
Okay,
Cold.
although I do gotta.
I am taking a nap.
'Cause cat.
Wait, guys, there's a big fucking 8 fingered paw monster creature out there. I saw tracks. Just, we should all just, stay aware in general of
Although this is
a
not
possible
this is
giant monster nearby who may or may not be friendly.
And then Bigfoot's out in the bushes being like, oh, so mean.
I just wanted to have invite you guys over for tea.
It's not my
I said
fault I
they may
look like
or may
this.
not be friendly, There is the possibility, but there's, some caution because, they seem bigger.
the teleport. Yeah.
I know he has a problem with beggars.
You're hoping you'll teleport with me. Is it?
He's so
no.
prejudicial. Oh no, whatever shall we do? We must export him from the caverns.
Absolutely.
Exotic.
It'll be like Team Rocket blasting off again. Disappear into a little star in the distance.
Well, there's not much of a distance. We all just.
I mean, he already let me throw him last time. He let me
I
throw
believe
him.
it ended well.
It did end well for us.
That's true.
It was a fun ride while it lasted. Yeah, the end was the worst. And for the next 3 hours.
He stuck that landing and he shouldn't have.
Ooh, yeah, it did not feel good.
I have injury kits.
That's what happened if I broke my leg. I stuck my landing. And I shouldn't have.
They're locked.
Should have rolled.
So it would seem. I didn't think, considering I can see the top of it, which means it's 5 at most. I didn't think that I would have a problem jumping off of it, but apparently there's complex mathematical equations involving gravity and the effects of the pounds per pressure of the falling that really, like, yeah, it was like 75% of a ton worth of pounds of pressure on my bones whenever I hit the ground, mathematically. And that's how come I broke.
Fun times. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Did you get full cast?
No, because the ER doctor told me I sprained my tibia.
Ow.
And my mom was frozen in the corner, very, very mouth hanging open, because she's been a nurse for over 30 years, right? So she's like, and I said, SP as in peanut or ST as in turtle? And he said SP as in peanut, with like his nose up in the air. And then my mom finally came out of it, and she said that was the most ignorant thing I've ever heard an educated man say in my life. And he's like arguing with her, defending that recent medical discoveries have discovered it is possible to sprain a bone. And mom's like, bullshit, sprains are soft tissue only. You can't sprain a bone. Bruise it, crack it, sever it completely, but not sprain it.
So, is your computer still packed away?
You know, like she freaked out at him, and he stayed to his guns, so I didn't get any actual proper medical treatment. They sold me $75 crutches and told me to stay off my leg for a week and then try to walk on it, and that if it was still hurting as much or worse, to come back in and they would cast me up. Obviously, whenever I did that trial run and it hurt just as much as before, I did not go back in to get cast. I just stayed on the crutches for an additional 3 weeks.
I'm playing my level 60 character.
Because at that point, 4 weeks is sufficient for most minor breaks to be healed enough to walk on them.
We were trying to level up our character.
But, like, did you hold your foot in place? Or did you need to do that? Like,
No, the bone that broke, it was a compression fracture based off the situation. You know it had to have been. It was a compression fracture, and it's the floating bone in your leg. the one that doesn't actually attach to your ankle
Okay.
or doesn't attach to your knee, whichever direction. It attaches to one of the joints, but it doesn't attach to the other one. It's floating. And so compression fracturing that bone is like super talent, like beyond Thunderdome levels of talent. It's not supposed to be a thing. Like compression fracturing that is not supposed to be a thing.
Okay.
Whenever I hit, it slammed that bone into my own muscle mass, and my muscle mass was strong enough and sturdy enough and didn't move enough to allow the bone to compress in the first place. The only reasonable explanation.
Shivery.
It was okay. I did fine. By the time I was done with my month on the crutches, I could do like BMX tricks with my crutches. It was pretty phenomenal. Like the first week was god awful. Walking on your hands is not something that mankind is meant to do. And that's what you're doing. Like my hands fucking hated it. Like all of my body weight on my hands. Like the through the air motion. Time that you've got the one leg not in touch with the ground while you're doing your forward motion, all of your weight is on your hands. Weight goes to that one and weight is on your hands, and then once my body started getting along with the prop, and the muscle is necessary and probably some calories and to be quite comfortable. And like I had to move out of the dormitory because if it was in a box, I would just kick the box forward with I'd swing myself forward and kick the box before landing on that leg. And then I would step closer to the box with the crutches and then kick that bitch across the floor again. Like slide kicking, not like tumble end over end kicking. But I mean, it took forever, but I do it.
Nice.
So,
Master, just be hawk with the crutches after 3 weeks of being on them. You're just like swinging through the air.
Mm-hmm. Like the last week that I was on the crutches, which was the last part of the month that I spent with crutches, I was getting real fancy, real good at doing stuff. And then I broke my foot, and I was back on the crutches again. And then I broke my foot again.
Fantastic talent.
And I was back at it 3 or 4 years. I kept breaking something every time I turned around. It was crazy. I had gotten so good with crutches that I could do tricks where all of me was on one crutch, just kind of chilling. Like I was balanced on it.
You like moving on crutches so much that you kept breaking your foot to be like, okay, hang on, I gotta like really master this. I want to go back.
No, actually, it was my hormone imbalance. A side effect of it, I didn't realize, was extreme calcium deficiency, so my bones were weakening, and I didn't know it. And it took 7 years before I thought of it, and in that 7 years, none of my doctors ever figured it out on their own. Like, I thought of it. And was like, wait a second. Because I went from having spent the first 22 years of my life never breaking a bone except for the one time, but that was extenuating circumstances in elementary school. Never breaking bones, and then all of a sudden I'm breaking every time I turn the fucking around. Yeah, there was clearly something was amiss. I just didn't know what it could be. And eventually I learned that I had the precursor for osteoporosis due to being at a menopausal state because of my hormone deficiency.
Wow.
But once I
That's rough.
proffered that theory, a doctor looked at me and said, "Oh my God." And I said, "So that's like a thing that could be possible?" And the doctor was like, "Logically and theoretically, yes. But give me some time, I'll have to look into it." I was like, okay, that might be a reasonable explanation. That might be a reasonable explanation. Yes. And then, let's do some tests. And I was like, fuck yes.
Nice. I gotta pay attention. Check this out. Let's see what the doctors think.
So, except for the fact that doctors don't always come up with the answers. And that's part of the problem. The answers. They know a little bit of everything, and these are jack of all trade doctors. They know a little bit of everything, but they're masters of none. And their job and purpose is to figure out which specialist to send you to, and then send you on your way. If it's not something that can just be dealt with real simple and easy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, once they decide which specialist to send you to and shove you off that direction, then that person is the one who's liable to figure out what the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, God. Okay, back to gaming.
Ooh.
Full fast. Mary, Dion's assassination attempt led to my Darth Vader shirt having a big hole in it now.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, Dion told me earlier.
He flew through the air from the ground. Twas a shock.
JC used to do that stuff to us all of the time. And I mean that multiple times a day. Mm.
He's never done it before.
So was
though.
Crush.
Crush? Okay, I'm gonna ask, I think it was it Kyler or Jace about the six-toed tracks?
The 8-toed trucks, that would be Base and Kyler, because they're the same.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Okay,
Well, I mean,
so...
I'm the player. I'm the...
Yes. Well, I'll metagame and ask you then, and not the character. Just because, no,
Yeah.
Cut out
where-
the middleman.
Yeah, it's cut out the middleman. But I was look. Okay, what page of the Monster Manual? No, no, I do not do that anymore.
That's good at my games, anyways.
No, I don't do. I've never done that in your game. So, are they in our area in our campsite, or was that before you get here?
That was when I was scavenging around this area, so it's probably around the campsite. Did I see more than one? How many tracks did I see? Like, what directions did I see them in?
You saw one set of tracks, and it was heading towards what you assume's the west.
West.
Okay. And does that lead towards or away from our camp?
Last we were moving was northward.
Okay.
So west is good. If it was heading west, then it's not going to be a problem.
Not too concerned then. So, yeah. I'll just try to keep a lookout, and if we have any light sources, try to stay on the edge of them so that my dark vision's fully engaged.
Roger that.
Okay, Mary, what are you doing?
I'm a pantomime to the guy, see if I can help him with the cooking.
I can be a charisma.
Why charisma? I'm just kidding.
Because that's pantomiming.
I know, I was just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Charisma.
Well, if you have a performance, maybe you could do performance if it's higher.
No, I don't have a performance.
He nods and gestures towards the pot and makes a stirring motion with his hands.
Okay.
Alright. So after about a little over an hour, he pulls the pouch from the fire, opens it up, and you guys are hit by the smell of a very sweet meat. He slices it, with a dagger and makes her a plate of the meat and the cooked fruit and berries.
Okay.
That smells delicious.
The meat is really tender. Has a slight gamey flavor to it.
I'm gonna go with lizard meat.
Maybe.
Not fox meat.
Fox is more than a little gamey.
So, it's not gamey enough?
It's not gamey enough to be fox.
Okay.
And where would you get fox down here?
I mean, I don't know. We're used to some crazy stuff, so I could believe anything.
As he looks at Kylar, looks at his meat, looks like he does a calculation in his head.
I don't get any crazy ideas now.
If you cook it just right, that Kylar meal to come right off the bone.
Hey guys, there's some lines we don't cross.
Yeah, that's right. Don't overcook it.
Well, we could always give him his weight in gold and then eat the meat that's cooked inevitably by putting molten gold down his throat.
Whoa, what?
With the Colonel's Secret 11 Aztec spices.
I see. Yeah.
See, Jason's right, there are lines we don't cross. We play hopscotch with them.
Hang on. This guy's not. So.
Do we still have that shark fin that we took off of that sentient being? We could make shark fin soup.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
The problem is, how long did that keep?
I don't know. It being something that's covered in salty waters most of the time, it's probably pretty well preserved all on its own. It's pickled already. Or salted. That's the case, maybe.
Right.
Okay.
Shark fin
So.
soup. Good for testicles. Makes you manly.
And the thing that goes on a bit full, he has filled really well. Full. Fucking meal. How you guys gonna do your watches?
Well, I can go first or something, I guess.
I'll take second.
I guess I'll go third.
I'll take fourth.
Snow Call.
John!
Snow Claw.
Yes.
Does that mean you take the last watch?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, so he gets to sleep tonight, so... Alright, cool. Let's do this.
First and last watch always get a full night's sleep.
It's true, I do get one. Okay, yes. Right, I'm going to sleep first, actually. Haha. Alright then. Well, I will watch this watch with all of my focus. I say as I start playing with the grass.
What grass? You guys are in a hockey field plains now.
Oh, and then yeah, I'm just playing with the rocks, just kicking them around and stuff, doing little tricks.
Alright, your watch goes by uneventful.
Mm-hmm. Whew.
Who had second watch? Quickly.
That's me.
Alright, Crush, your watch goes by uneventful.
Okay.
My turn.
Alright, Laurel. During your watch, I need a perception.
Perception.
as you say, they're watching, you hear what sounds kind of like a mixture of a cat growl with kind of a chirping type noise coming from the rim of the bowl.
Okay, raising the alarm and moving towards the noise.
You guys hear Laurel's character hauling. What did he say?
To arms! I don't know.
What? Oh no.
Oh.
We had trouble? I was asleep. Don't wake me up. No. I don't want to get up. I'm having a good treat.
I do a kip up and jump to my feet.
Mary tames the wild creature and keeps it as a pet.
Yes.
I yawn and stretch out my arms and what's going on, guys?
Why do you sound like an old man?
That's what I was thinking.
Wait, I'm getting up.
That's worse.
This is what happens when I don't get my full 4 hours at least.
I see. So if you add a little hiss to it and start talking about the paperboy, and go,
Get off
It's like being like the snake man, just like trying to eat kids or something like. Sauce.
no,
He didn't get your reference.
he didn't
No.
get the reference at all.
I didn't get the reference at all.
It was a Family Guy reference. The pedophile.
Oh right. Okay. You know what?
The
That's
old
kind of
guy.
what I thought you guys were going
Yes.
for, but I kind of went in more of a
Herbert.
yes.
Yes,
Going off in a different direction.
the hiss is more of the gapped tooth hiss, less of the serpentine hiss.
God, I was thinking like a snake person or something. That seems kind of scary.
Voldemort. He turned into Voldemort whenever he was supposed to be turning into Herbert. Terrifying. An entirely different way.
Yep.
Voldemort couldn't take over a high school.
But he still
I
has
mean-
that face.
It was a high school of wizards, so I mean that's kind of like a little bit slack, you know.
Well, he had a bunch of adult Death Eaters with him. And
Yeah,
still
everyone knows that Death Eaters can't beat the power of friendship and loving each other, you know?
You know, of all the big bads throughout literature and movies and stuff, he's gotta be in the bottom rung. Like, he couldn't take over a high school. Even though it was a wizardry high school, he supposedly was a very all-powerful wizard. But not an adult wizard, so he got beat by teenagers. And two of those teenagers could be argued were rather incompetent teenagers.
Yeah. Well,
Hermione's the only one that had her act together.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, they somehow always pulled through in the end with their wit and luck.
Well, you know, Seamus would be accidentally taking people out with his magical ability to turn any and every spell into an explosion.
That's
Yep.
true. That's a pretty good spell, actually.
Like, Wingardium Leviosa blew up his face. Like, he lost eyebrows to that shit.
Uh-huh.
Leviosa,
that
not
powerful.
Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa. Ow.
You just failed because you said Osa. And it's Osa.
Wingardium
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Guardian Leviosa.
You're still failing.
See, we can also even argue Sauron, who is probably one of the biggest bads of all of literature, was even the biggest bad in his own world.
Oh, Sauron? Yeah, I mean, he barely could do anything on his own, you know, he was
Well,
just
yeah, he was kind of an amorphous eye blob.
yeah.
Well,
He did have a form once.
I think in his heyday, before Isildur took the ring from him, he wasn't even that powerful when you make the evil in the history of Middle Earth.
Yeah.
He was actually one of the weak to ever rock as main top evils.
True.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, I don't know. When I watched Lord of the Rings movie, it didn't seem like Sauron did that much. It seemed like if it wasn't for everyone else, like he could see, but everyone
I
else
think
was.
that the ring was better at being a bad guy than he was.
The ring was Sauron, guys. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ring is a piece of Sauron's soul.
It's just a piece, though. It's not the whole of him.
That's
He
the point.
Had the
That's-
sentience.
See, the movies didn't do a good job portraying that the ring is intelligent. The ring was living.
Yeah, it's a living being.
Oh,
I didn't really get the feeling like that actually came across very good whenever I was reading the books. I knew that that's what they were trying to go for, but I didn't think that he did a very good job of making that happen. And I'd have been with Faramir completely. I'd have been like, even if I found this on the side of the road, didn't know what the fuck it was, I wouldn't touch it. Like, so why did everybody else have to touch it? Like, me and Faramir, we bros.
Alright, so we got this growling, clicking noise coming. Everybody's waking up. What are you guys doing?
I guess. Are we? Is it inside the tree, or is it like around the? Or not the tree, but the.
It's
building
around
tree?
the rim of the ground bowl that we're in to shelter from the worst of the wind.
Can I tell
Okay.
what direction it's coming from?
Well, considering I'm headed towards the sound that I heard, you can always use me as a landmark. I'm kind of easy to spot.
Yeah, she's heading towards the western edge of the bowl.
Okay.
Well, as you head to the western edge of the bowl, what you see is this feline, reptilian type creature standing at the edge of the bowl. It has, as you can tell, obviously 8 claws coming off of its feet. Along its back are ridge spines. And above his head, you see what looks like 3 scorpion tails flashing back and forth.
You did not just throw a displacer beast at us.
No, this is not a displacer beast.
Okay, just making
Okay, I was
sure.
about to say.
Sounds like it could be like
This
an
was-
underground displacer beast. 3 tentacles rather than 2.
No, scorpion tails, not tentacles.
And scorpion tails. Still, my point remains a strange underground version of... I like displacer beasts. They're cute.
Displacer beasts.
You said on its head?
No, the scorpion tails are behind, coming above its back, above its head.
Look up a picture of a displacer beast, everyone, and then just picture 3 scorpion tails where the displacer beast tentacle things are.
Okay, 3 scorpion tails.
No,
It'll give them something to picture in their heads, David. Unless you've got an actual picture, in which case, please send.
no, there's no actual picture of this. This is something I've designed.
Oh, okay. So, what kind of head does it have then?
It's kind of feline-ish, but lizard reptilian also.
Lizard reptilian, so like a lizard cat. Does it have extra appendages?
No, it's
Right.
yeah, it's you can only see 2 claw legs. It does have the 8 claws on its feet. Other than that, the only other thing you can see is it's basically looking over this edge, so you see its face its front paws and claws, and these tails lashing back and forth above its head.
Let's see. Okay. Sounds cool. Sounds creepy. And, don't tell me it's right in front of us, is it?
It's on the western edge of the bowl.
Uh-oh.
It circled back around, is what he's saying. It had been traveling west, and then it turned around and came back and found us from the west.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's great.
Well, the issue we have here is scarring our little friend who's trying to guide us if we try and fight this thing.
Yeah.
Because
We
pacifist.
should not fight this thing. It seems like very risky. So,
I don't think it's going to give us a lot of
Yeah.
points on that, because it's probably hungry.
wait. Does it see right now? Does it know we're here?
Yes, and that's it there because it's looking straight at Laurel's character.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Oh.
it wasn't moved.
Oh,
It was going to know we were here.
That's the problem. Okay. So it knows we're here. Alright then, gang. What's our plan of attack? Snowclaw and I can do some ninja surprise attacks from behind. If, Wes, you can try and wrestle it. Laurel can keep us healed.
Is it
Everybody,
an animal?
It is, but are you asking, is it sentient?
Yes.
You don't know.
Okay.
It's the only noise it's making currently right now is a combination of clicks and growls.
Does, Laurel, do you want to try and just wave friendly, maybe, and see if it, recognizes friendly?
Hi, cutie. Oh, I would take you home as a pet and make sure that you had all of the loves and the hugs, and I would name you
Attention.
George.
It's no ghost.
Or the Snowball.
Or just no ghost.
Uh-huh. That's, okay, I like that. That's a good, that's good. I think that's gonna work.
I'm gonna try and help.
Mary? You there?
Mary is there. She said stuff.
I didn't hear you. Oh, that's a good handle animal.
Well, it doesn't attack you outright. It just stays there growling, tails lashing.
Lashing tails is usually a bad sign with felines.
Maybe if we keep it up.
Is it hungry?
Hey, here, little guy.
You know what? You can assume that's a safe guess that it's starved.
Okay, so we give it the shark fin.
But I wanted to eat the shark fin.
Because it was good for testicles.
Eat or die? I mean, let it eat or die.
I mean, I
This is
think,
what we're at.
have we already eaten the rest of our food?
I'm sure we still have some rations left.
But the thing that we questioned because of how old it was, which is a legitimate question because it's like a month old.
Oh. Okay, yeah, it's true. The shark fin is pretty old now at this point. Okay, yeah, let's just give the shark fin to it. Yeah.
Is there any of the deer-like thing left?
Yeah, some of the meat that we just cooked and ate. Like, we
Well,
got
not that. This is another old thing that we had gotten. I had hunted up a small deer, a fawn or something, whenever we were above ground before we came down, right before we came down,
Okay.
which would be only a few days ago.
Yeah, there is, and it's pretty ripe.
Pretty ripe.
Well,
Okay.
we rid ourselves of some carrion and then maybe appease this thing.
Because it is a lizard thing. It
Yeah.
could potentially eat it for reals.
Very possibly.
So I say we throw the shark fin and the remnants of the fawn at it and see if it'll just peacefully eat and leave.
Exactly.
I second.
I third.
We don't need John's opinion because he's not paying attention.
If somebody wants to give me a dex check to throw it to him, and then give me a percentile to see how it feels about it.
Okay. My dex is pretty high. It's an 18.
There's the shark fin.
Nice roll.
Alright, the shark fan and the deer meat gets no 90%. Okay, well, or he will admit percentile. Go and give me one more percentile.
Okay.
Alright, with that, it scoops up the food you threw at it, lets out a interesting. It's almost a meow plus a bark and a roar at the same time before it wanders off.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Come on, Bob and us. Everybody, let's go. We did it! We did it! Hooray! We staved off the tag from the lizard dog thing. We did it! We
Lizard
did
cat.
it!
Lizard cat.
thing. Yeah. And all it took was.
It was a Kizzard. Ah.
A Kizzard, I guess. That makes
Or
sense.
Litten.
Kitty lizard. Kizzard.
Or Litten.
Or a Litten. It was a Litten. It was a lizard kitten.
A Lizton.
Okay, so, what are you gonna do?
Go back to watch and or sleep, respectively.
That's kind of my thought.
Hang on. I need to give a wisdom save to make sure I can fall asleep still, because now I'm kind of shook. Okay, I think I'm alright, but I think it's going to take a while for me to fall asleep. So I'm not going to get my full 4 hours. Darn lizard cat ruining my beauty sleep.
Well, the rest of the night goes by uneventful.
Well, guess it's time for morning. Do we make it? We still here.
It appears that we are still alive.
Okay. So far, so good. That's a good sign. That's a great sign, guys. Good sign.
In the morning, the guide gives you all some bread and cheese for breakfast.
Aw. That's cool.
Lizard milk cheese. Interesting.
Huh. I didn't think of that.
It could be goat milk. Didn't they have goats? Or something
did.
goat-like?
They did.
Could be goat milk. Or goat-ish
I mean-
milk.
I guess if the goats that exist now are anything like the goats that existed our time, then yeah.
Well, they weren't quite like ours. If I recall, they had 3 eyes.
They did.
Oh, interesting.
It kind of reminded me of the goat or sheep or whatever they were on Zathora. Whenever they went over to the lizard folks' spaceship, and there was like a pen of goats or sheep or something, and they had like 3 eyes on eye stalks, like small eye stalks.
Huh. I didn't think I interacted with the goats in the village that much.
I didn't interact with them either, I just noticed.
Yeah. Well, I didn't notice. I guess they didn't catch my attention.
It didn't even go into my notes. It didn't seem like it was that important. I remember that on my own. I'm kind of proud.
Good job, Laurel.
See, it all just kind of turns into a dreamlike blur for me. I remember back on.
Well, I think we've established.
Uh-huh.
I think of one.
Calls. Strong. Yeah, okay.
Is the winds died down?
They seem to.
Then we carry on.
Well, while we're getting up, I'm going to, I need to see if I have any, hang on. Let me see if I have anything in my character, in my bags.
Is there like a
Around
water
it.
source nearby to rinse the rancid off? Because I don't particularly want to smell rancid. That might attract more predators, like the
You can find out if there's water.
survival.
Good level survival. Right. Have
Oh,
a
yeah.
ask.
Truth. Wes, we're probably all needing a bath. You should maybe ask if there's a water source nearby.
Okay. I'll ask him if there's a water source nearby.
He nods. Me take you to pool.
So,
With that, he will lead you guys in a westerly direction.
Okay.
You guys travel for about an hour. You come to this underground hot springs.
woo!
He warns you, he goes, you be quick. Many predators around here.
Okay.
Right. I can be quick. I'm the quickest one around. Except maybe not faster than the literal horse person. That might not be able to go that fast.
Well, you know, the stuff and the things. So, a nice scrubby-dub-dub. Is there like a sand-ish material nearby?
There is.
I'll use that to scrub down.
You pick the sand up, it has a natural scent of combination of lavender and honeysuckle.
Neat. I might need help to get the hindquarters of the horsey ass going on here. I promise not to kick. Thank you.
So are you all getting the water at the same time?
I'll get in, yeah.
Well, I
Well,
think
we were told to hurry, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get some water, fill up my water skin. You know. So.
with
I don't like
with hot spring water.
Oh wait, it's hot spring. Oh, a hot spring. Oh shoot, I'm jumping right in. Let's go.
You guys get in the water, you clean up.
That which was clawfish on my clothes also got a nice scrub down rinse. Twist it until the worst of the water is off of it, and then throw it back on. It'll dry faster on me than off.
This water makes you feel really refreshed.
Heck yep.
By bathing in it, you guys gain the benefits of a full night's rest. So, even though you guys have already had one, if you didn't, if you're not fully healed, you gain your level back in hit points.
Okay.
Everyone gets the heals. Here, I'll heal. I'll heal Crush. I think Wes is still logged out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got him. Right, and who's the green elf dude?
Is that Matt?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah, Matt messaged me earlier today to let him know he wouldn't be on.
Okay, well, I'll heal him up.
Apparently, he hasn't been sleeping.
Oh, that's a bummer. Has he been working a tough schedule or something?
It's just. Well, he gets up at 2 o'clock in the morning every day, so.
Yikes! Live like that.
That's part of why he
Yeah,
falls asleep on us often.
Yeah, he's got to be at work at 4 o'clock.
Wow, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Huh. Ugh. Okay. Does that mean we need to... So I guess he doesn't get to get on much because we start kind of later, huh?
Yep. Because we gotta wait for the DM's household to be quiet. You saw what would happen if we tried to game while the children were awake.
It was very nice, though. It's very enjoyable. The little guy asked so many questions.
Well, it is his job as a small child.
Yes, exactly. You gotta, ask about everything. You just gotta look at everything and be like, wow, that's cool. Oh, this is cool. Wow.
Yep. Gotta get all that learning what the world is going on.
And that's only one of them.
Oh, yeah. How many
The screecher in the background is a preteen on the verge of teenhood. Did she hit teenhood finally?
She is
Anna?
What?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
13.
when does preteen actually end now?
Hey, you're a teenager.
Oh, okay. Because I'm sitting here going, the new phrase tween confuses me.
Yeah, Hannah's gonna be 14. She's been a teenager.
Okay. So they're
What's your-
young teenage.
Yeah. And what was your question, Jace?
was my question? I was just how many kids you had. I was just asking that. Yeah.
Well, if you don't count Angel, we have 3 actual kids. But we have it till Angel's my oldest daughter, so there's 4 kids here. Even though she's 20.
Ah, I see. Yeah, no, I understand. I had to live with my family for a bit when I was, until recently, I got my own place. So it's kind of weird when you're, like, in the in-between space of being a kid, but you're an adult, but you relate more to the kids still, you know? Pretty funny.
You guys bathe. And then he leads you guys back north.
Yeah.
So, walking.
We're in a quick time movement. The remaining 4 days go by uneventful. At the end of the 4th day, you guys start climbing up a hill.
Okay.
When you reach the top of the hill, you see what looks like a bottom of a tower suspended above the ground.
Suspended as in hanging from the ceiling, or suspended as in floating?
Hanging from the ceiling.
Okay.
What's suspended from the ceiling again?
It's like an inverted tower, right?
An upside down.
It's like the bottom of a tower. You can tell it's a tower. You see some stairs coming out of what apparently there must have been at one point in time more of the tower going down to the floor.
But it's stuck to the ceiling. So somebody really big picked it up and stabbed it into the ceiling.
Wow.
Yeah, that was what I was picturing in my head. I was also picturing other things. So the base is somewhat destroyed, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
You guy looks at you, goes, me at you to the hole.
You just like go
Say
through the
again?
hole.
Yeah, he got you guys to where he said where you guys need.
So,
Oh,
is there a hole underneath of what used to be the ground below the tower? Like that whole spot is like a hole?
Well, no, he's pointing at the tower.
The tower is the hole.
Yes.
Okay.
so this is the way we need to go then. So then this means this is where we part way with our guy who showed us the way and gave us food for like 5 days.
Yep.
Aw. Can I give him a hug? Will he be scared or offended if I give him a hug?
You try to hug him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hug him.
He looks uncomfortable.
You can, well, Wes can just explain that it is a symbol of companionship on the surface.
Yeah. It's a symbol of affection for those you trust.
He nods. We have such thing. And with that, Kylar's arm in a, not as a, like, when you squeeze somebody's hand and
Okay.
bleeding and stuff, that's what he's kind of doing.
Okay, sweet. Okay, sure. I guess I'll like pinch him back with my fingers. As a
Okay.
an reciprocation.
How dare you? My mother was a saint, he says.
I'm trying to be friendly. You know, I'm pretty grateful for somebody who would actually go this far out of their way for some.
I would have to bend way the hell down in order to grab
Yeah.
his arm and squeeze it gently.
Yeah, he's not much tall. In fact, he's actually shorter than I. Crush.
Oh, wow. I'm for something.
Pretty short.
I could kneel, I suppose. The thing that horses do where they just put one foot
Down.
down and tuck.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And to do the affection squeeze on his arm.
Are we all gonna
Thanks.
just pinch this guy? We're all just gonna give him a nice friendly pinch.
I'm just making my hand into a claw, your basic ass claw, which means I'm grabbing his arm. Just the way anybody would grab an arm and gently squeezing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not a pinch. That was how I was picturing this because his claw is big enough to go all the way around the arm. And he did say around Kylar's arm. What were you all picturing?
Oh. Just like a pinching. Just like a pinch.
No, just grabbing the arm and squeezing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I didn't like pinch hard. But I did pinch.
He's like the crab from those commercials. I pinch. I pinch.
I wish I knew what commercials you were talking about.
It's okay, little one. It's okay.
Actually, baby, don't say a word.
After you guys exchange,
Parting greetings.
yeah, he looks at Kush and goes, "You part of tribe."
Aw.
Oh, I'm honored. Thank you.
Good. assume that applies to the rest of us too.
You could assume that.
I very much will.
You're vicariously a member of the tribe.
Yeah, let's go. I didn't know I wanted this until I got it.
You be careful. Many lovers of the dark venture through the hole.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Fun. We will be very careful. Very careful. Super, uber, duper, uber careful. More careful than you can shake a stick at. You know, careful is my middle name. That's the one. This one doesn't fly.
Oi. I'm going to go AFK for a minute.
I'm sorry, I just drew like the most adorable looking face I think ever. Hang on.
He was all the way under. I bumped him on the head. I know. Hi, bub. Are you okay? Did you bump your head?
Hang on.
Did I bump your head?
Okay. This random, but I just drew like the cutest face I think ever on this character. Your little Earth. This a little bit. This little ice squint is just right.
I'm just stretching for a bit because I can't touch your
Is everybody gone?
No, I'm
Absolutely.
here.
Oh.
I'm
I
not
was,
here.
I was making notes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay. So this is a cute face?
Yeah. It's just, it's adorable, isn't it? Look at like the way, like the.
It looks like
more over here.
we're about to do some ass kicking.
I mean, that is.
Our opinions of
thing.
adorable might be
I'll do
different.
that. Right
Well,
here.
They're like adorable and about to kick ass because it's like a fighting game, and this is like the main
I
character.
see.
Yeah, so they're like the excited, happy ghost friend who just wants to be friends with everybody. But you know, when they gotta fight, and they go all out. The way I drew the cheeks, I think, just got me. Yeah, that's the boost. They're a ghost. They're the main character of my thing. But sorry, just random doodle. I just wanted to share.
Alright, what are you guys gonna do?
Okay.
Head for the tower, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys, you get to the tower, you got to go down the hill you climbed, the opposite side of it. You go down, there's a very loose rock as you climb down, going down this hill. I need perception checks as you're going.
Perception. Let's do this.
Not blind, but not probably noticing much. Same. Jace. Wow, John.
Alright.
I didn't.
Well, Wes,
Yeah?
he didn't do great, but he didn't do terrible rolling for you.
Hey, he better than what Crush has been doing.
Well, I guess. He rolled a 12 on the perception check.
Well, it could be worse.
Hey, Mary.
She's in
Mary?
the bathroom. She's in the bathroom right now.
Hey, Angel, actually, you're the one I wanted. Bring me my caffeine, please.
Okay.
Alright. So, we just hold
Wait
tight.
1 second. I think you guys might appreciate. So I always have music in the background when we're playing,
Mhm.
and on YouTube, hold on a second. Listen to Your Heart. The metal cover came on with Muppets in the video.
Like a Muppet version?
Well, it's actually the band, but there's just Muppets in the video. Wait, and a Muppet playing the
That's
keyboards.
awesome. That sounds amazing.
That band actually sounds familiar to me. I might be aware of them. Because I swear there was a band that had a gimmick where they had a Muppet on keyboard. There was also a band that had a gimmick where they played sock puppets for the entire thing. Like, they were sock puppets made out of actual sock. I think I found them both at the same time. That's why it came to mind. The sock puppet ones were fairly hilarious because they were covers of well-known metal songs being done by sock puppets.
That's amazing. That sounds amazing.
I did enjoy it. I was like, this shouldn't be this good.
I mean, I could see it, and it's just sock puppets and
Sock puppets headbanging and growling into the microphone and playing guitars and shit. You bet.
Exactly.
The sock puppet playing the drums, I think, headbutts the drums sometimes. It was pretty funny.
Okay, hang on, what was this band called?
Fuck, I don't know. I just remember having seen it.
I see.
You might have to Google that. Like,
Sock
sock puppet
metal.
cover metal. The hilarious sock puppet parody of System of a Downs.
Hang on.
Yes, that's the ones. Metal Injection? Sock puppet parody. Pantera. Walk. Sock puppet parody.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Okay, so speaking of System of a Down.
Oh, sorry guys.
Okay. Okay, the best part's the dogs.
Hey, sorry guys, I was talking to Mary and Angel. So, we're just waiting on Mary's perception check, but Jake,
Yes. Yes. Were you saying something?
kind of. Kylar, as you guys are going down this hill, you see movement beneath the tower.
Beneath the tower?
Yes.
Oh.
You see it's kind of hard to make out detail, but see what looks like a bunch of humanoid creatures move around. There's wagons and carts underneath it, and stuff's being lowered down. You notice that one of the creatures sitting there, you can definitely see it has an azure blue skin tone to it.
Azure blue.
Ooh.
So that's the night people, right?
No, that's potentially an associate of the guy that we're greenish
hunting?
goblin dude with magic.
Right. What'd he do?
Many things besides robbing that bank, and we foiled him.
Right. The bank, it goes all the way to the top, of course. All the way to the bank, it's all connected. See. I think. Oh, okay, so bad guys, what do we do? I see a bunch. How many bad guys do I see?
You see about a dozen.
A dozen of them. Ooh. And how tough do they look like? What do they look like?
They got, all you can tell is they have ebony colored skin.
Okay, so, but like, how big are they?
They're bigger than the creature with the blue skin, you can tell that much.
Okay. So, are there like, hang on, I thought it was just one blue skin creature with 12 of them. Is it like different creatures?
One blue skin creature and 12 dark skinned.
Oh, okay. And the dark skinned creature, what's that? It's humanoid.
Is the blue skinned creature shorter than the dark skinned creatures?
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. And are we talking dark skin like African American?
No, we're talking black, as in
Okay.
dark
Ebony.
as
On
in underdark.
Got it. I see the thing being. I see the picture just a bit. Okay. So are they like human, or are they like pointy eared, weird
If you're too
faces?
far, make that out that detail.
I see. Don't quite see that yet. Not quite in full reach. Well, I advise caution. We probably shouldn't rush in or anything. Are they blocking our way?
We should definitely let them go first, and then we can go up.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan of it.
I agree.
My question is, do they not make bigger bags of this?
Not that you can make out all this detail, but that's what their skin color would look like. In Discord. I think I'll wait. Give me stealth checks if you want to hide and not be seen.
Okay.
I will stealth.
I'm the stealthiest. I got no fears. And I'll do a stealth check for Crush.
John, we need your stealth check to have the group stealth check be acceptable. Shit! Mary, you're our last hope.
Hang on, I'm coming!
Bum bum da da dun 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 da da dun 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 da da dun dun.
Of course I know.
Mary, quick!
I'm sorry!
He's gonna see you. They're gonna see us. We gotta run.
Stealth check!
I know,
we must hide!
I'm trying! Hang
There's
on!
not enough time.
Yeah, no.
You suck! Because I don't think James has that group feat stuff with us. So he's the only one who passed his stealth check.
Oh, jeez.
I will sneak into the shadows like a ninja. Rest of y'all, good luck. I'll help out best I can, I promise.
I not only failed it, I'm drawing attention to us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's happening. As you go to find cover, you kick down a bunch of rocks down the hill, making a loud commotion. You can clearly see the heads of the creatures below turn and look.
And then there's this giant ass centaur who rolled a 7 on her stealth check, silhouetted on the rim.
You're kind of posed as one of those majestic horses before it gallops away.
Yep. We did awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Correction.
And unfortunately, one crush Snowclaw's tail is lashing behind one of your legs because you couldn't get to cover fast enough. And then Crush's boot is sticking out from the other leg as he's diving for cover.
So the silhouette they see is really fucked up and weird. Got it.
Yep.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well, maybe we can, guys, use intimidation. We can convince them it's a monster. That's it. I'll let out. Wait, hang on a second. They see you directly, so it's not like you're a silhouette. Right, I shouldn't give away.
Well, let's just put it this way: the average for you guys is stealth check for the 4 with the team feat was a 7.
Wow. I'm guessing the check need to be better than that.
I'm guessing so.
It was.
Where they then they're going to be like, what manner of animal is that?
Exactly. Now that's the idea I was thinking, but
But then you'll give
maybe
away
I can
your
convince them.
position. Also, depending on where you are. Haver.
Yeah.
Still, sound came from somewhere else.
You guys see 5 of the dark-skinned figures break away from the main party heading towards you all.
We're gonna need more milk.
Okay.
We're getting there.
Alright, what's the terrain like? So where am I hiding? Are you able to, like, draw out what this looks like on the map or
Can
something?
I do the Golden Hind and, like, lead them a merry chase? Like, is that a thing?
You want to try to draw them away from everybody else?
Yeah.
You can attempt it. And Jace, you're hiding behind basically a collection of rocks that forms kind of like a small wall.
Okay. So am I able to possibly climb up this and get an advantage on them without losing my stealth?
You would have to move at half speed. I would need stealth checks. Take me to a point we want to attack them.
Okay, I can do that. But, should we do, like, initiative first?
Well,
My idea was to run and lose them and circle back.
Okay. If you're able to do that, I don't think they'll be able to catch up to you, so that's one way to take at least some of them away from the group. Oh.
So long as these other 3 yahoos roll acceptably well to hide, they should all follow me.
Oh, wait, if they follow you? I mean, Will they be able to run as fast as you will?
No, they can't. Especially if I do a charge once I know they're following me and I just take off out of charge.
True. So, I was confused. Were you going to lead them away, or were you going to take people with you?
I was going to lead them away.
Okay.
The golden hind is a deer that's golden that would appear randomly whenever nobles were hunting in the forest, and then they would chase it and chase it and chase it and chase it until they ran their horse into the ground. The hunting dogs were running to the ground, and they never would catch it. That's why I said, can I make like a golden hind?
This boy doesn't know his Greek mythology?
Apparently.
Apparently not.
Angel over here.
Yes.
What?
I know quite a bit.
What?
I think they question Jason nerdism.
My nerdism? Hang on. It's not a nerdism, it's a generation thing here.
How old is Jace?
Oh, God.
Jace, how old are
Huh.
you?
I
Did he
think.
just call me old? I think he
Oh,
just
shit.
called me old.
Oh no.
Jace, how old are you?
Oh, God.
5?
Because I know mythology from 2,000 years ago. I'm
Wait,
old.
oh shit. I wasn't really paying attention to. Discussion.
Hey.
I thought this was another 80s reference or 70s reference.
No.
You and Best are old. That's just because we did Brit, then most of you been alive.
We're
Yeah.
old, but we're not that old.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sorry.
I want to
guys.
point out that Angel even knew about the Greek mythology thing. And she's younger than
Okay.
Jace.
Yeah. I
I'm
just
guessing
don't
that
study
Jace was
mythology.
never interested in mythology.
I love
I'm interested in mythology. It's just, it's comic book mythology.
That's not enough. First of all, they don't always get the mythology correctly in the comic books.
Oh yeah. No,
Like,
no.
that's why as much as I love the idea of the Asgardians, I will never read those comics because I know too much about the actual myths, and it would piss me off left and fucking right. So rather than
That's
become
the
a hater
reimagining
of that,
the old stuff. It's like, that's what they do. They reimagine the old stories and turn them into something new, That's how they keep them alive.
That's just, yes, you can reimagine it as long as you've got your source material correct to reimagine it. Whenever they've got the source material wrong and then reimagine it, it ends up so fucking skewed that it's just frightening. And I'm not ever going to read those just because it seems like it's a well-respected series, and I don't. Because I won't be able to help myself.
I see.
Thornum's not meant to be. They are meant to be the Thor of Norse mythology, but it's to show that how different mythology can be from the reality.
Yeah, exactly. That sort of idea. It's like it plays on that sort of idea. But,
The
I get
Thor
what you
is
mean,
a
though.
comment in the comics about how messed up the mythology is based off of the reality.
Yeah. Yeah, that's at least their, imagining of it, and that's kind of like the way it's like, you kind of think of, maybe, religion or, other ideas.
According to the Thor movie that I did watch, they were well aware that Loki was a frost giant.
Yeah.
And yet, I'm looking at him saying, that is not a frost giant, that is a fucking Asgardian.
Loki, that's because Loki,
This
Loki
is what I'm
is-
saying, that I've avoided it, because I would see too many problems and issues that shouldn't be considered important.
Loki
Well, he uses magic.
Yeah. it's because of a spell from Odin. Only Odin and Frigga know that Loki's a frost giant. And they cover it up with magic so the Asgardians don't know to help them be able to.
Also, it would bother me a little if they just dropped that whole idea of Loki turning into a female horse and getting fucked by a stallion and giving birth. Like, they had to have dropped that completely for the questions of it in modern society. But that's like one of my favorite things ever. He was a she and gave birth to a horse that his father now rides as his primary stallion steed thing. Like, that's amazeballs to me. Of course, the creation myths are also, like, on point, amazing. 3 gods chilling on the dead giant that is the earth floating in the ocean. And they piss on a log, which is actually one of his body hairs, and make the dirt that is his skin into mud, and then form that muddy log into the first human and female on a drunken night where they were just getting blasted, and that's how humanity came to be. Like, that shit's amazing to me. Like, that's my favorite creation myth of all time. Nothing beats that.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good, actually.
Hey, make another one. That one will be lonely. Okay. Hey, make it have bigger boobs. Okay, got it. All right. What now? What now? The penis looks weird. Take that away. Make it into a vagina. Okay. Now it's perfect. They fit together. Look, check it. They fit together. You play with them like Barbie dolls. Blink. Connected. They put them aside and breathe godhood into them to give them some life, and then they're animated. And now there's a man and a woman, and like, that shit's hilarious to me. I love it.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, no, definitely is very far off from, from where the Marvel Universe doesn't seem to really take it in that direction, but, you know.
There's a lot of stuff that they will have had to miss out on. There's a lot of stuff, because it would just not be kosher in the United States, because we're too puritanical. You know, like, our roots are very puritanical. So
it has nothing to do with what that has nothing to do why it was changed to
it's
or
weird.
a lot of it.
It's weird. It's really
part
weird.
of it was changed because of the comic book code, and also a lot of it changed because honestly, the Greek myths, the Roman myths, the Norse myths, all the myths that they translated to comic book heroes would not translate well to comic books, so they had to change it for the medium.
I mean, I just couldn't imagine Loki in the comics. Just like, that's just an arc in the life of Loki. It's like, I imagine Loki, you know, the supervillain doing dastardly deeds and trying to trick everyone.
The truth of the matter is, Loki in the mythos isn't a great guy. He is often a villain. He's also often a hero. He's just got questionable morals. His moral compass spins a little. So sometimes he does something that's great for people, and other times he does things that are really pissy for people. You know, so, like, Loki is just an interesting and complex character, and portraying him would be difficult for anybody, because he's just so odd and complex, and he just fucking zigzags across the road.
That they do kind of write Loki as like the ultimate trickster, and obviously he's a different incarnation of the idea, but he does kind of embody that trickster archetype, that person who you never quite know what they're up to. They are a villain one day, but other days they may, you know, do something good because it benefits them. It's just like they're they're human. They're so human in that sense because, you know, they have all these powers and they choose, you know, to do with them what they please.
Yeah, so, like, doing Loki would have been difficult anyway. So, like, I did enjoy the portrayal of Loki that they had. I did not enjoy the portrayal of Thor completely, but they did a lot of things pretty right. Like, whenever he had the beer, that was so a Thor moment.
You gotta realize the Thor movies is a combination of the original Thor, Ultimate Thor, and Thor 2099. It's a combination of the 3 main incarnations of Thor from the comic books.
2099, huh? how's that tie in? I don't really know 2029.
David, if you've seen all of those things, just answer me this: my favorite god of all time, period, is Tyr. Is Tyr even in that shit?
How is he?
There's not in any of the movies.
Well, I haven't seen. I think I saw the first Thor movie, but I haven't seen any movie back then.
And hey, Wes,
Yeah.
Tyr, does Tyr make an appearance in Thor the Asgardian comics?
Not that I know.
Let's see. The problem is, you gotta realize when it comes to the gods, Marvel and DC both claim a lot of them for the comics. So I think there's a lot of them they avoid touching just because of that issue.
It makes me sad though, because Tyr is like the best, most awesome, most amazing dude. And like even in the mythos itself, humans just stopped caring about him after he became a one-armed man, like a one-handed man. Like, he sacrificed his hand to save the fucking world, and everybody's like, this fucker needs to go take a walk in a blizzard and go away and die. And it's like, dude, just because he isn't whole anymore, like, fuck you. He was the god of war. Who the fuck else was going to knowingly sacrifice their hand? Like, who?
Well, that's one of the problem that is the problem with a lot of the Norse pantheon. War? There's multiple gods of war. Tyr, Thor, just to name two of them.
Thor ended up replacing Tyr in the common mythos because Tyr lost his hand and therefore could not be a viable, worshipable god and or warrior.
There's several myths of Tyr and Thor adventuring, albeit they're very controversial myths. But the point is, war was not just war. War was also justice. They considered them one and the same thing.
Yeah, culturally speaking. And also war was resource gathering. So it wasn't always just about killing and stuff. Sometimes it was just about survival of your family and homeland.
Get rid of the other guys. They suck. Boo.
No.
Speaking of war, you guys have 6 Dark creatures heading towards you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
All right.
That's right. Ward.
Can I successfully pull off a golden hind?
Roll me initiative. Let's see how good it is.
Okay.
No, that will work. It's close enough to theirs that I'm going to say that you're able to get their attention. Now, how are you going to get them to chase you?
Raise my tail and take it down. Right? Like in their direction while looking over my shoulder going blah, 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 blah.
Give me a
Excellent plan, Mary.
give me a Christmas
Excellent
check.
plan, Laurel.
Wow, they're really gonna like me.
You know what? For where you're going to go, that's enough to enrage anybody. They start chasing after you.
Yay.
Uh-oh.
Now here's that gives everybody who she's trying to pull them away from can make another stealth check to hide.
Self again.
Oh, good lord.
You can roll at advantage as Laurel's making a nice little distraction. There.
Yay.
Somebody roll for crush, please.
These.
Oh, we're doing stealth checks again.
At advantage.
Yes.
I'm giving you the chance to do a stealth check at advantage to make sure
Jonathan,
that
that's
you successfully hide.
Who's in the kitchen?
Okay, sorry, hang on, I'm getting crushes done. Oh wait, okay, not one pull-up crush. For some reason. Somebody else will need to do less.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me pop it up.
I got it too. Or not.
Okay.
Right. You all successfully hide because of Laurel's distraction. Now, Laurel, this is to the interesting part. You need to outrun these guys.
My run speed is 120.
That is fair. However, they're not just chasing after you at this point.
They're injecting steroids?
I think they're throwing shit.
My shit that I pooped in their general direction. Yep.
That would make sense.
Y'all, Nick made a funny face because he only heard my side of this entire conversation, and I just said some stuff, and he is now making a face.
Nice.
You should play D&D with us, Nick. It's a fun time.
Yeah, Nick.
Shaking his head
Yeah.
like he don't want no part of poop.
Well, Laurel, as they're chasing you, arrows start flying at you.
Ah.
Yeah, and 2 of them hit.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You know your AC to know that they hit?
AC is 21.
Yeah, they rolled 2 crits.
Oh.
Yep, that would inevitably hit.
Oh no. No, we can't let little sacrifice be in vain, guys.
28 points of damage.
28.
Yeah. Apparently they went deer for dinner tonight, or horse in this case.
Oh no.
So, if you want to try to see if you can push yourself beyond your normal speed, you can give me a constitution check. Alright, you have temporarily boosted your speed up by 15 feet.
So now I'm running at 135.
Should make it harder to hit. Run!
Well,
Run, Forrest,
Mr.
run!
To try to, you can make a dex check if you want to try to quickly change direction to lose them. Constitution if you want to try to push yourself even harder, or you can do strength if you want to go quick a breath base and charge them.
Oh. Gosh, I don't know.
Well, if you charge them, am I in range to ambush them from behind and make it harder for them?
No, this has already been. This is their third
not
out.
quite a distance.
So they're
They're far away.
Far, far away.
in fact they all miss because they're almost Laurel's almost at their maximum range on their arrows.
Ooh.
Okay. So then I think I'd rather just push forward. I don't think I
Yeah.
bursted speed on that one.
No, in fact, you're slowing down. Getting winded.
Mm-mm.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
That boost costume.
Okay.
They fire again at you, and all the arrows fall short.
Well, that's good.
Oh, what's everybody else doing as
Supposedly, they should be staying hidden and safe
Yeah.
until I circle back.
Okay, well, I got my short bow ready, and I'm ready to take any shots if need be to save the day.
That's good.
I'm being a good girl and staying hidden.
No call, Crush.
Okay. I think everyone's hiding right now, so I think it's Laurel's show at the moment.
Yep. Laurel, what are you gonna do this time? You're slowing down the beginning and catch up on you. What are you gonna try to? Since you felt your constitution say you do not have enough reserves at this moment to put yourself in order.
Okay. So that narrows me down to trying to dodge them.
Right, you definitely make a quick angle and change your direction. Let's see how well they handle that. Oh, they go to chase after you, and you notice that all but two of them footing gives out on them. They fly down the hill.
Oops. Jack and Jill.
In fact, they're sliding enough that they're sliding right past the rest of the party. You guys gonna let them down, or you take this opportunity to maybe do something?
Okay, do we have a chance? Really mess them up now, I guess. So they're kind of, are they gonna like slide past us far away that we don't have to worry about them? Or are they still in range? Because I assume they're not like falling down some bottomless ravines, so we probably should attack them.
Or stay hidden so that everything I've done isn't wasted. Keep in mind that I have 5 hit points left. So initiating a combat right now, probably not the best.
Okay. Just feel bad watching you risk your life for ours.
It's my job
You
as a
can't stand
tank.
by.
It's a thankless job usually. But somebody's gotta do it.
You got an
He's a
angel
very grisly
cackling
tank.
in the background.
Because she's playing a tanking character on Neverwinter, she knows what I'm talking about.
She said, "Yes, I do know."
You gotta somehow get there faster than them without having any speed boost tricks. But all them damn bastards have speed boost tricks. So getting there first is so hard.
Alright, Laurel, what are you gonna do? You got 4.
Okay, so there's 2 left on their feet.
Yep.
Did they lose me?
No, they stuck with you.
Okay.
Are you chanting?
I was making decisions and thinking some more.
Well,
Because
while
I
you're
could
thinking,
either try to dodge again or I could try to charge.
the 4 that are hiding, notice that the 4 that slid, when they fell, they kind of landed when they just slide ended at the bottom of the hill. Kind of ended in a bad way. They all 4 landed on their heads,
Oh, they did.
and their bodies twisted in a way bodies try to twist.
Gee willikers, what great luck, guys.
4 nat ones on their chest.
Oh,
4 nat
jeez.
ones on the reflex saves to avoid that.
Oof.
See, whoops.
Voopsies.
Apparently, somebody's smiling down on your characters tonight.
Well, maybe God does love us after all.
Don't push your luck.
The great fox god in the sky has delivered these enemies into our hands.
Okay. So I don't have any extra attacks. I'm still just sitting at one of them, right?
Correct.
Okay. So attacking is probably not the best idea with 5 HP. To dodge again. Oh, that's lovely.
Oh. You go to change direction. Give me a reflex save. Okay, you do not fall, but you do not change direction as smoothly and quickly as you like. In fact, it's not that they start gaining ground on you.
Uh-oh. But am I now heading back towards the party?
You are.
Okay.
And their arrows miss you.
Okay. So how far away from the party am I?
You can do entry turns.
Meow.
I could probably take one of them out with a charged attack. I assume that's what the strength roll is for, is to add to a charged attack.
No, it's actually not necessarily a charge attack, but a possibility of trampling.
Ah.
Ah.
Anybody who's had horses run them down understands what I'm talking about.
I've had a horse step on my foot.
Really? That sounds awful.
I've also had a bull step on my foot. Guess who was worse? At least with the horse, I was able to pry my foot out from underneath of the hoof. With the bull, my foot didn't go nowhere. I was like, George, get off of me. George, I'm shoving his shoulder, and he's like, I'm getting attention. No, George, get off of my foot. Seriously, dude? Go away. She's petting me on the shoulder. No, that's not... George, my foot hurts. Get the fuck off of me. Damn bull. It was very friendly.
Nice, man. Okay. Don't you love when animals try to be friendly, but then it's like when mom's dogs jump up on me, and then they always scratch when they do so, and it's like, I love you, but damn, stay down.
Well, my chances of trampling, I think, are low.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Give me another reflex save, and they're gonna have to make one also. Well, Laurel, good news. You don't stumble over them and fall. However, one of them didn't get out of the way enough. You didn't quite kill him, but you did break his legs.
Ouch. He's not going anywhere.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's go.
The other one was able to dodge out of his way quick enough and had enough foresight to try to swing at you with an arrow in his hand, but it breaks on your armor.
Nice. Making a mad dash for the group so that I can take a heal. Take a moment to heal and breathe. And or breathe. Breathing might be nice.
Just maybe.
Alright. You, hey, you get back to the party.
Hells yeah. Yeah.
Looking a little worse from here. Get so, if you want to remain hidden, or be hidden.
Okay. It cut out on you a couple of times in that.
That way, you won't be hidden.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Alright, that's behind the rocks and wood, and it's surprisingly big enough for you to lay down and be out of sight.
Nifty. If I do the Cure Light Wound spell, it's not going to make like a flash or anything that will reveal my location, will it?
No, but it does involve speaking and chanting and everything.
Yes, we'll not do that. We will wait. I tag in Crush. Your turn.
Crush. Okay,
Crushomania's running wild, brother.
Nice.
Let's go, Laurel.
Stop it to a Slim Jim.
Alright.
Okay, much in the style of Macho Man, I do 5 lines of Coke, pound a few Red Bulls.
Yes.
And eat a pound of Slim. Got it.
Now I tell the bad guys, you ain't going nowhere. You're in the bone saw.
Wait, how tall is Crush?
Slightly shorter than Macho Man, maybe by 2 feet.
Macho Man's not that tall.
Macho Man wasn't tall, and he was very muscular and stout looking. So I think that secretly he had dwarven ancestry somewhere back down the line.
Well, he had to have been at least 5'10", right? Maybe.
You know, that's
I am double checking that right now. Oh, he's actually taller than I thought he was. He's 6'2".
Oh.
Oh.
It was just the fact that everybody else was so much fucking taller.
Well, yeah, Andre the Giant was like a head taller than most of them.
Hulk Hogan is 6'7".
Like the wrestler?
Yes. That's what we've been talking about this whole time.
Sorry, my grandma messaged me, so I got pulled away.
Ah.
Yes. I'll turn that down.
Nah. Okay, so maybe it's just Wolverine that had dwarven ancestry. Boo.
Yeah, 5'3", unless you count Hugh Jackman Wolverine, which was 6 foot or so.
Well, Canadians aren't that tall. Especially in the time when Logan was born.
Yeah.
I think Logan was born, 5'3" was tall.
Yeah.
I think, you gotta remember, Logan was born about the Revolutionary War time frame.
Yeah, it was 18-something. 1840s, I think it was. I got the...
It depends on which origin you look at. There's so many of them.
Yeah, I could have sworn one of them was during the French and Indian War. Which was actually before the Revolutionary. By a little.
Yes. Alright.
1852 is the commonly acceptable age birth.
Was that Civil War instead?
Yeah, that would have been about Civil War.
Mm.
Regardless, 5'3" then would have been tall.
5'3" used to be tall.
Yeah, humans weren't really... 6 foot was really uncommon. 5'10".
The post-industrial revolution has allowed humans to achieve greater heights because, generally speaking, there wasn't enough food for children while they were in their growth spurts. So it really inhibited how far they could grow. It wasn't until we had some actual prosperity available that people started getting taller. We always could have been that tall, but we just didn't have enough resources to make it so.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you're telling me that humanity has literally reached grander heights.
Yes.
Well, our animals are bigger nowadays also.
Because we're able to feed them better, too. All comes down to the same thing. Resources.
If you go back and look at a bull from like the 1800s to a bull nowadays, they're almost half the size.
Wow.
Yeah. Good old fashioned American growth hormone.
Hey, it's tasty enough.
I was trying not to bring that up.
That's the reason KFC doesn't call themselves Kentucky Fried Chicken, because technically it's not chicken anymore, so they have to kind of fudge a little bit.
Wait, what? It's not chicken anymore?
Yeah, that's the urban legend I always heard, is because legally they can't call it chicken because it's so pumped full of hormones. It's so they call themselves KFC.
Yeah, the McRib is closer to pork than KFC is to chicken.
Wow. But
As far
KFC's
as-
so good.
But as far as we all know, and we'll agree upon, McRibs are not pork, right, Wes?
Well, it's a mystery meat. It could be, it couldn't be. We don't know.
It's enough for you to eat it, though, right?
It could be D
Yeah,
for all
yeah.
we know.
Well, I mean, that's the same general idea behind hot dogs. So, like,
Hot dogs is made of a lot of things.
All
hot
hot
dogs is made of a lot of things, and my brother likes to call it butts, beaks, and assholes.
Actually, no.
Or
Hot dogs
hooves? Beaks and assholes? Hooves.
Hot dogs are made from grade B meat. That's the meat that cannot be that's left over from when they cut, like your grade A, the steaks you see in the store. The slab of meat that's left is what gets turned into hot dogs.
Yeah, that's why my brother jokingly calls it hooves, beaks, and buttholes.
Mhm.
The leftover bits and pieces that don't make it into the cuts that get sold. And it's just his funny way of saying it. He doesn't really mean it. Because he calls beaks, beaks, he's not talking about bird beaks. He's talking about snouts.
Well,
Just the nose meat. He's making a joke about nose meat.
actually, for the longest time, the urban myth was that's what hot dogs are made of. Out of.
I always heard old phone books too.
Well, that's the non-Ostermeyer brand. See, they can't afford the assholes. That's why that.
Asshole flavoring. They put asshole flavoring. It's all artificial.
Buddha
I like when
flavor.
we were kids.
No, it's two assholes. Which I so many people.
Oh,
Okay, old
I know,
people's
it
time
sounds
is
pretty
over. Let's get back to this battle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I've done enough coke to mimic a haste spell. So,
Well, I'm already at fortitude sake just at Coke for if you get took that.
okay. Well, luckily Macho Man.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm sure on some of his little promo interviews, that guy was whacked out of his gore. He's sitting there going,
He really does do a lot of sniffing. I never really
Yes.
paid that attention.
yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't. But anywho, as for the
I can get
One.
one.
Yep.
All right, how far away? I can't tell.
He is
I can't tell.
about. Well, I don't have anything on the map anyways. He's about
Okay.
80 feet from y'all.
So I can't even get to him by double moving, but I'm gonna get between him and the centaur and ready in action if someone gets close enough, bad guy, to attack them.
Okay. Oh, what's everybody else doing?
We don't even have our turn order properly set. We're missing.
All we do it.
And we've got an extra.
What we're going to do is we're going to do the party and then the drow.
It's just one, right?
So, yeah. So basically, it's going to go Crush. We'll go Crush, Sienna, or Jace. And did we lose Jonathan?
I'm here.
John!
Because he's not at Roll20 anymore.
John?
John!
So it'll go.
What?
Were you asleep?
Maybe.
Deny it. We have years of experience with dealing with Matt falling asleep.
I am very sorry.
Click your token and then roll your initiative.
He's not in the log money.
I know,
Which is fine.
if I tell him that, then he'll get logged in.
Well, we don't have to roll for initiative. We just go.
Okay, I'm back in. Give me a minute. My sleep schedule has been very messed up.
I'll step in.
Sorry, we'll do this combat and then we'll probably call it a night until next week.
Alright.
So, give me a moment while I... Okay, initiative rolled.
Alright, so it will.
I don't think I'm on the turn list, so I'm just going to add myself now. I should have.
You're underneath. You clicked the wrong token.
I
You
have
clicked
access.
Smack token.
That's funny. I wasn't even anywhere near Matt. Matt's token is way the fuck over there. How did I even?
I don't know, but
I mean, I do have mad skills when it comes to missing my targets. Unless I'm pissed, I won't hit the broadside of a barn.
well, since they will go first, and he will go first, and he sees Crush. Oh, Crush! He pulls back and shoots arrow at Crush. Crush easily dodges out of the way. Laurel?
Okay. It is the official of my turn, so...
Okay.
Yay, 3 whole heals, awesome. Me and this wand are not getting along great.
Eller?
Me? Do I have a chance to surprise attack him? You know, like, I mean, how many are attacking us again?
1.
Well,
One.
Crush.
One's attacking Crush.
No, we need to add him to the thing. I got it.
Oh.
Just a second. I did not think to do that. Enish. Got him at 17.
Nice. Okay, so I guess technically it's Crush's turn.
But who has higher?
I mean, oh wait, my dexterity is 18.
Yeah, mine's only 14.
Yeah, so you get to go first and then him.
Okay, so hang on a second. I'm sorry, I was spaced out. My grandma's messaging me. What is the current combat thing? Quick rundown.
One bad guy, because 4 of them fell to their deaths down a hill. One of them has broken legs somewhere out there. We're gonna have to go hunt him down and put him out of his misery after this battle.
Okay. Or we could try to be the friends. But yes, okay, so, the one we're fighting now, right?
Just one.
Okay, cool. Then I'll jump on his back and stab him with my dagger. So, I'll go, which one does most damage? Ooh, wait, short sword does most damage. Let's use that.
Alright, you hit, you do 3 damage. Alright, that'd
And,
be Crush's.
well, it's a surprise attack, so don't I do stealth damage too?
He is running towards you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was hidden. Dang. Okay.
Doesn't matter, you still have to get out and run to him, and he is, at this point, 50 feet away.
Dolly, what's
Oh, okay.
I would say you'd be able to get there and attack him, but you won't be able to do it stealthy because it's in wide open area.
Oh, well then I need to wait for a better opportunity then. Can I go
Okay.
back?
Yeah,
I
you can go back.
want to wait for a perfect opportunity for self-attack.
Dolly?
Okay.
Alright.
In which case, it's
Ready?
Crush's turn. Wes, give me instructions on how to run your character.
Alright. I have a speed of 30, so, and he's 50 feet away. I can either double move and get to him, or I can, which is probably what I need to do. So,
I will allow you to take a charge as a double move and get attack roll.
okay, yeah, you can move up to double your speed and charge, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll charge him and try to smacky with fisty footy.
Which means I push unarmed strike.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh
Good.
my. Yeah. So you guys watch Crush run out there. He runs out there. He does a flying kick at the creature, hitting him right in the head, and you guys hear the sound of the neck breaking as the foot contacts with the jaw.
Wow.
Good job, Wes. I got you a crit.
Wow, that's like the second or third crit I think I've had in this whole game. So that's nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You did 19 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
It falls dead at Crush's feet.
They're kicking him. Yeah, fucking down.
It was all that cocaine.
It kind of it damped a little bit because it was a drow, and knowing Crush's story makes sense that he has a keen hatred toward the drow.
Exactly. That makes
And
sense.
it is a drow. You know what it is when you look down at it.
Yeah.
Ye-
The cream always rises to the top.
It's a definite.
Oh, man.
Macho man.
Like for a few weeks, I just kind of sat there and watched a whole bunch of his little promo interviews. He was sitting there talking about being the cream of the crop, and he was throwing around coffee creamers and just coked out of his mind. And I was just like, oh my god, I did not catch any of this when I was a kid.
Right,
Yeah.
The thing is, it was the 80s.
Yeah,
He wasn't doing coke.
yeah, yeah. It's true.
The sky with diamonds.
Demons. Lucy. Oh, that's about cocaine, isn't it? God.
No, it's actually about LSD.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
well,
See, coke, close enough.
yeah, no.
For the purpose of this discussion, close enough. Don't fuck with your mind.
That's okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen. I've read papers and files and reports about what people have done on LSD. So,
Man, I mean, for me, it was a really good experience. I walked away a much better person. I think. I don't know. It was like a of course, like I wouldn't really mess with cocaine because that stuff like it's so expensive and a lot of people get hooked on it. Like this one girl I knew, she literally worked at this Wise Guys, and she'd work for 14 hours a day, snorting cocaine, using all the money she earned to snort more cocaine so she could work 14-hour days. And that was her first job. And she's like, yeah, I never got used to other jobs after that. And I'm like, no wonder. Because, wow. Could you imagine that being like your first job?
Wow.
Yeah, like how do you go to a normal workplace after that? Like, wow. Yeah, so I don't mess with that stuff.
Well, I've heard studies that they say micro doses of one of the compounds in magic mushrooms, I can't remember which one, can be effective in treating depression, they think.
Oh, yeah, no, mushrooms and stuff, shrooms and stuff are really good for, because I've also used those before, and the first few times it was kind of like I went through like every stage of emotion you could go through. Like at one point I felt like a hunter or like a lion devouring his prey as I was playing this fighting game with my friend, and the other time I was so stuck on one move that I called my dad crying saying I don't feel like good enough, you know. But after a while of doing that a few times, now whenever I do it, it's just kind of like this kind of calm and peace. Like all the anxiety kind of goes away for a bit. It's really nice. You're just kind of like, okay, I'm good, and you just kind of do things. But yeah, microdosing, that's interesting. I mean, a lot of people theorize that that's how human consciousness came to be, was a bunch of apes just eating mushrooms, and they're now causing them to start thinking in new ways and stuff.
Could be.
That note, I'm gonna stop recording.
Sorry, my bad. I'm pretty open about this kind of stuff, so like I just love talking about and sharing it because I think it because I understand like there's a whole lot of there's like risks in drugs, and then there's the illegalization and the whole war on drugs and this whole dare narrative, and it's understandable because the stuff is it messes with your brains and you have these experiences, so you got to be like